Hello, my dear friends. As you can tell, today we're cracking open the next chapter, Mini Brands Books Series 2. We'll flip through a few, see what's novel, what's a repeat edition from Series 1, and whether this sequel lives up to the original. So let's not waste words, it's time to book it and dive right in. Alright, so there's luxury mini surprise inside the book. In this instance, a golden ticket. And you guys know I'm always up for some shiny golden stuff. For a second I thought this layer is like a denim pattern, but now that I look better at it, it's more like a leather type of pattern. Why the color blue though? I'm not sure, but you know, sometimes a color is just a color. Anyway, inside we get 4 paper pouches and a collector's guide, which we'll have a closer look at a little later. Even though, before I put it down, the denim/leather conundrum has been solved. It seems like indeed it is imitating leather because this collector's guide resembles a leather book cover, or maybe it's like a journal or one of those fancy notepads or planners. But anyway, let's see what's our first miniature. Alright, so we got the giraffe and Pelly and me. No, sorry. The giraffe and the Pelly and me. No book ever ends when it's full of your friends. That's really cute. I can say I read this story or I heard about it, so you're gonna see a pattern of that, me not knowing about a lot of things. We also got a little bookmark here, and it's Sherlock Holmes, The Complete Novels and Stories. It's a very nice bookmark. I prefer it compared to the ones we had in the previous series where it was just kind of like plain, it was just like a pattern. Pretty cool first mini. I am curious once we check the collector's guide if the bookmarks are actually part of the collection, as in like you can mark them as found or you can, you know, trade them and stuff like that. Or maybe it's just that they're extra stuff, you know? Now to answer the question that everyone is probably wondering, or at the very least I'm wondering, is this readable, or is it just the first couple pages? Alright, the first page looks great, and then it starts with the gibberish. Although someone said in the past it's not actual gibberish, it's something, I forget what's it called, but basically it's actually a font, I think, that they use in order to make it look as if it's words, but instead they're not. Yeah, unfortunately I forgot what that's called. And also there's a lot of debate going on, especially like from the previous videos about things like, you know, they cannot publish a whole book in miniature form and they cannot use the whole thing. It's very obvious that they cannot fit the whole book in this little thing. It would probably require a lot more pages. What I would wish is that at least one chapter could be readable. Or even if it was gibberish and it wouldn't make any sense, but at least make the words readable. What is the actual word for that? Is it legible? Something like that. Anyway, we're spending way too much time on the first miniature. Let's just put it down here along with this nice bookmark and open the next one. This is definitely a thicker book. We got the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Well, it's definitely a very interesting title. Let's see if we can find out what this is about just from looking at the back. So it says, we the Sisterhood hereby something the following rules. Oh, institute? No. Impose? Anyway, the following rules to govern the use of the traveling pants. You must never wash the pants. You must never double cuff the pants. You must never say the word fat while wearing the pants. You must also never think I'm fat while wearing the pants. You must never let a boy take off the pants. Alright, well, let's just stop there. I don't know what else is gonna say. Do you guys know more about this book? Have any of you out there read it? It's by Anne Brochers, and it's apparently a New York Times bestseller. It's funny, perceptive, and moving. I will take their word for it. I actually thought for a second that this is a hardcover. It's not a paperback, but no, it is another paperback. Wait, I didn't check the pages for this one. Yep, never mind. It's still the same. At least we can read the first page out of the prologue. Well, this is embarrassing. I think the whole video I'm just gonna make a fool of myself, but oh well. It is what it is. So this book here is Emma by Jane Austen, and I'm guessing that over there is a publisher. Emma Woodhouse, handsome, clever, and rich, with a comfortable home and happy disposition, had lived nearly 21 years in the world with very little to distress or vex her. Well, it doesn't sound very intriguing, but I guess I would have to read more to find out more. And yes, I do know about Jane Austen. I'm not that terrible. So we definitely don't have a book in here, because otherwise it would be a very big book. It's some sort of accessory, and I have a guess it might be some sort of shelf. My guess was correct, and that was mostly because I felt things rattling in there, like there's multiple pieces. We have our instructions right here. We just need to sit back and enjoy this quick time lapse of me building it. All right, it's all done, and I don't know why, but I did struggle a little bit. So for a second I thought I'm missing some pieces, but that's not the case. It says over here that you can collect more capsules to add more shelves, which kind of hints at the fact that each capsule might have one of these, which is good, but at the same time I kind of wish maybe it's like every other capsule or every third capsule, because otherwise we're gonna have a lot of shelving units and not enough books to fill those. Well, that's funny. This is the second ball I opened, and I opened the pouch with the bookmark in it. So the bookmark is the War of the Worlds. Pretty much the same on this other side. Very cool. I don't know what it refers to, but oh well, looks cool. And unfortunately, we already got our first duplicate. Another book by Roald Dahl, The Giraffe and the Pelly and Me. I was just about to say, did we get another duplicate? But that's not the case. It's a different book or the title, but it is very similar because the jeans or the pants appear on them. Wait, this is actually the back of the pants, isn't it? Okay, so this is called Forever in Blue, the fourth summer of the Sisterhood. So if it's the fourth summer of the Sisterhood, does that mean this is then the fourth book? I mean, it would make sense, right? And if this is the fourth book, then there's probably a second and a third in this collection. Should I even try and read this? I don't want to give you guys spoilers if you're reading and you're at book 1 or 2 and, you know, maybe you're going to find stuff here that you shouldn't. Let's just read this. The final novel in the #1 New York Times bestseller series, The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. Alright, so the other book was definitely the first one. With unraveled embroidery and fraying hems. The traveling pants are back for one last glorious summer. That's all we're reading because I hate spoilers and I do not want to be the person that, you know, spoils things for you guys. Ooh, this cover looks interesting. It's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing any of those right, but I do know about this book. I think I had to read this in high school at some point. It was a very long time ago and I don't remember much, but I do remember the title, you know, and the author's name, so that's what made me, I guess, remember that I did read this one. Let's put it down here for now and see what type of accessory did we get. Honestly, by the looks of it, it might be another shelf, which is good because I do want to add it to that. Yep, definitely another shelf. Or do you call it like a shelving unit, I guess? A bookshelf. Maybe they have the name on this little pamphlet. There it is. Shelf. Is it shelf or shelve? Shelves versus shelves? So since we're going to add this to this one, we do not need the top part, I think. I swear, sometimes it's like I'm having a stroke or something. I don't know why is this so hard to figure out. I mean, not hard, but it's just weird. It just doesn't fit naturally in a way. I don't know how to explain it. So I think I got it, but to be honest with you, I'm not so sure because that gap over there doesn't look very natural. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how I did it. Okay, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. So this will go over here. Or will it? Oh yeah, definitely. I just need to remove those legs. Okay, well, here it is. I mean, I guess at this point it's a bookcase, not a bookshelf. I mean, listen, no pun intended, but words are very difficult today. So this is how it looks. I guess we can put some of the books in there right now. Well, that is not too shabby, although I need more so then I can arrange them nicely. And yes, they're not pulled nicely forward and leveled perfectly because the way I'm filming this, or I guess because of gravity. But don't you worry, I'll change the angle at some point and then you're going to be able to see it, how it actually looks. In the meantime, I'm going to get these out of here, arrange them nicely back on the set, and we're going to open the next ball. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Now this is a very popular book, isn't it? It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. And then it begins. Look at that. Such a nice cover, isn't it? I know a few people that would like to have this little book. Ooh, Dracula. This is something I can definitely relate to, and for those of you that follow me for a while now, you guys know that this story comes from the country that I was born in. Well, it's actually born and raised because I lived most of my life over there. Yes, indeed. I'm very happy to see this book. I actually never read it, but I've seen countless movies and stories and all kinds of things, so at this point I'm kind of like incredibly familiar with everything. And the answer to your question is no, I am not a vampire. Although, I guess that's what a vampire would say, right? And no, this is not a sign that what I said is false or not true, but we did get the bookmark with the Dracula. So it's a coffin. It's actually a really cool bookmark out of all of them. Yeah, I think I'm liking this the most. And of course, again, the giraffe and the Pelly and me. At this point, I mean, I opened 3 balls. Each of them had this book. I kind of want to read it at this point to see what it's about. I can't even speak. To see what it is about. Because, I mean, it must be good if it's this popular. And I don't know why I'm trying to squish everything in here when there's obviously more space, but anyway, this is the bookmark. It's pretty much the same on this other side. Well, what do you know? It's another shelving unit or shelf, all nicely built. Gives us a little bit of time and we can move on to the next one. All right. There's so many of these little things on these books. I'm guessing from all the like paper cutting. We have a new book. It's called The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. What is it about? A blend of power, beauty, vivid interest, and honest goodness? Yes, if this is magic, it is good magic. The New York Times. No, I thought that's something describing the book. Well, I guess it is in a way, right? Opening the door into the innermost places of the hearts, this timeless classic has left generations of readers with warm, lifelong memories of its magical charms. When Mary Lennox or Lennox was sent to something to live with her uncle, everybody said she was the most disagreeable-looking child ever seen. That's pretty harsh. So begins one of the world's most loved children's stories, first published in 1911. That sounds pretty lovely. I really like the cover. I like this blue color. And just in general, I like that they chose the blue color for the Mini Brands books. I don't know exactly what was their reasoning, but again, like I said in the beginning, sometimes a color is just a color. There's no reason or hidden, lore about it, about why they chose that. Oh, that's exactly the same thing on the back, but it's a lot easier to read. So it's Lennox, and she was sent to Misselwaith Manor. Let's see, do we get another page? Nope. All right. It is what it is. What do we have here? The Prince and the Pauper by Mark Twain. It's a very nice cover. It's another book I have not read. Shame on me. Mark Twain's satirical novel about 2 boys who trade places in Tudor England. Oh, that's so hard to read. Maybe they say the same thing in the first page. That's a lot more readable. Not really, but it says the birth of the Prince and the Pauper. In the ancient city of London, on a certain autumn day in the second quarter of the 16th century, a boy was born into a poor family of the name of Canty, who did not want him. On the same day, another English child was born to a rich family of the name Tudor. All England wanted him too. England had so longed for him and hoped for him and prayed God for him that now that he was really come, the people went nearly mad for joy. Sheesh. Anyway, it is so difficult to read when I'm trying to keep it steady so it stays in focus, and at the same time I'm trying to also get closer to the camera and see, because I'm looking through the screen, I'm not looking directly at these miniatures. So yeah, all those things definitely factor and add like a grade of difficulty. I swear, if this was the same giraffe book, I would have lost it. Close enough though. This is another duplicate. It's the Girls in Pants, the third. Wait. It's not a duplicate, is it? Definitely not a duplicate. So now we're just missing the second one. So this is called Girls in Pants, the third summer of the Sisterhood. And it also came with a little bookmark. Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre. Let's put the bookmark here. And then let's check all the Pants books one next to each other. So we have book number 1, this is book number 3, and then this is book number 4. So we're missing the second one, which, I mean, at this rate, I'm sure we're gonna get it. And I'm pretty sure this is another shelving unit, which is good because we can combine it with that one. Okay, we just need to add it now to this other part. Wait, let's remove the feet first. And just like that, we have our second shelving unit. I don't know why, but it looks a little bit wonky. It's almost like it's going that way. And then even this, it's kind of going like this. So I don't know. In general, the design of how this is put together is not that great. I mean, okay, it stays together nicely once you put it together, but putting it together, it just feels so unnecessarily complicated. But anyway, this is how they look next to each other. See how there's a little bit of a bend in that little part here and also here. I don't know, this could have been so much simpler. Yeah, whoever designed it, I don't know. Sorry, but either them or maybe the factory messed up. Maybe it looked good on paper, but you know, then once you actually build it in a factory, it doesn't work that well, I guess. I don't know. All right, so I guess it's time to have a closer look at the collector's guide. Again, in my opinion, it looks very nice. Now, let's make a fool of myself for a little bit and see how you say collector's guide in different languages. We got English, collector's guide, and I'm guessing that's French, and it's Guide du Coleccionio. The third one, I think, is Spanish, so it's Manual para Coleccionistas. No, let me try that again. Manual para Coleccionistas. Manual para Coleccionistas. It sounds a lot better. I think this is German, and it's just one word. Let's see. Sammelübersicht. Sammelübersicht? Or is it Sammelübersicht? No, because if it was, yeah, I don't know. That's the best I got. Sammelübersicht. And then the last one is Italian. So it's Guida per I Collezionisti. Or Guida per I Collezionisti. Collezionisti. I don't think it's Colezio. I think it's Colezio, but I'm not sure. So my final version is Guida per I Collezionisti. I'm pretty sure all my American fans did not have a very good time with that segment, but everyone that speaks French, Spanish, German, or Italian did find that somewhat amusing. Not too bad in my opinion, but I'll let the native speakers tell me how I did. Alright, so in total there are 44 items to collect divided in 6 categories, and then there are 2 unnamed categories. There's only 1 book in the legendary and iconic sections. The luxury section comes with 3 items, but technically it's 6 because each of them come with a surprise inside. The ultra rare category comes with 5 books, and I'm not sure what's special about them, but I'll either find out or you guys can let me know in the comments. The rare category has 8 books, and then the common category comes with 14 books. So that means this collection has a total of 32 books, and the other 12 items are divided into these 2 categories. We will obviously call this the bookmark category with 6 to collect, and I think we'll call it accessories category with 6 more items to collect. Overall, it's a nice collection that is a slight improvement from Series 1, and that's because they introduced these hidden surprises and these extra accessories. Plus, the magnifying glass in Series 1 was silver, and this one seems to be golden, so yeah. They're getting a lot of points for that. Also, I want to tell you that I did open a ball off camera, and here are the items that I got. A Moby Dick book, another bookmark that matches the Secret Garden book that we already have. We got another one of Mark Twain's book. And then, to my surprise, I got one of the books that had the hidden surprise inside. This is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl, and it has this cute little compartment inside where the golden ticket is hidden. Look at this beautiful Wonka golden ticket. Many wonderful surprises await you. I hope that's true. Anything on the back? They're pretty much the same. It does have this soft plastic feel to it, and it's not bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, you know? But yeah, I'm really curious, like, you know what? Let me go try and search for the Miniverse one. You know, the one that came with the Easter series with the Wonka bars? Alright, so if I remember correctly, the set came with 2 golden tickets. So basically, I'm pretty sure I used one, which means the other one should be in here. So this is where it should be. Willy Wonka golden ticket. There's actually nothing in there. Wait, so it just came with 1 ticket? Because if that's the case, I mean, I'm pretty sure I used it and I wrapped it nicely in that chocolate thing. Honestly, I don't even know exactly where those are. And even if I did, I kind of don't want to, you know, open and break one of my chocolates to get to the ticket. I guess I have to, don't I? I mean, at this point, I'll be right back. Alright, well, after quite a while, I did find me chocolates. The chocolates that I worked so hard to pack. Honestly, even the ticket in there, I'm pretty sure it's quite smushed because I remember pressing this aluminum foil so that it looks nice, at least at the edges. Anyway. Oh, wait a second, and the ticket is wrapped this way, isn't it? Yeah, well, it's all bent, but whatever. At the very least, I wish that this chocolate was actually real. Okay, I'm not gonna take it any further than this, but you get the gist of it. I mean, at this point, why not? But first, let's just take a second to appreciate the beauty of this chocolate bar. If only it was real. So this is the Miniverse golden ticket. Very shiny, very reflective. It's really hard to keep it in one place so you guys can actually see it. I'm guessing this is a good angle. And then this is the Mini Brands golden ticket. Which one do you guys prefer the most? Honestly, I kind of like both of them. This looks more like old school, the one from Miniverse, and this one looks a little bit more newish, and it's also a little bit more simple, I guess. What do you guys think? Anyway, we're gonna put these here for now. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit later. And I almost forgot to tell you, we also got this beautiful, I don't even know what you call this. Is it like a reading lamp, or is it like a library reading lamp? It looks like those lamps that you've seen in movies and libraries. So this comes in, you know, a few different parts, and I did put it together. So you're seeing the final product, I guess, the result of my hard work. It wasn't hard work, it was just a few parts. I really do like that they included a bulb in there, and it's yellow, so it's kind of like that, you know, yellowish hue that these types of lamps give. But yeah, I think it's a pretty nice touch, and I'm really glad once again that they included some accessories with the series. Alrighty, so now it's time to mark everything that we have so far on the collector's guide, and then we'll move on to opening the rest of these. We got another duplicate. I was able to spot this from a mile away. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. Sorry, Frances. Wait, was there a... I thought there was a bookmark in there, but I mean, at this point, they kind of like all mixed together in there, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But this is a new book. We got The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. This is a very beautiful cover. All modern American literature comes from one book by Mark Twain called Huckleberry Finn. There was nothing before, there has been nothing as good since. That is a very bold statement. Here is our bookmark. It's another Jane Eyre bookmark. I think I pronounced that title 10 different ways at this point. And then we have a book. It's called Slammed by Kuhleen Hoover, #1 New York Times best-selling author of It Ends With Us. Oh, that's that movie. Falling in love can feel like poetry, or it can feel like a slam to the heart. Yep. Enough said. And of course, another shelving unit, which again, it isn't necessarily bad because I have a whole bunch of books from series 1 that are just sitting in there in a container, and it would be actually nice to use these shelves and actually put some of those up. Okay, I thought it's the second book that we need and we can complete it, but no, we got the 4th Summer of the Sisterhood, which we already have. It's right over here. Another duplicate, the Moby Dick book. We're gonna put it right over here. My apologies, I just remembered that I did not mark the ones we found in the previous ball. Alright, so we were here with the lamp. So we have this one, I already showed it to you guys, but this is how it comes, you know, into pieces. It is a little bit confusing with this little arm and how you put it in there, but if you kind of follow the instructions, I mean, you can kind of see exactly that step over here. So basically this little knob here goes into that cover thingy. I'll show you. See, this part goes in there, and then this part goes in here. Let's put the light bulb in first, because then it's going to be harder to get in. And then this little knob goes in there, and the whole thing comes together like so. And now we have 2 of these lamps. All we need is a nice little desk, and they will look really, really good. I mean, maybe we can use just half of this to kind of like, you know, put them on top of this. No, it's too big. The lamp is too big and this is too small. Oh, wait a second, this is gonna be exciting. Let me just see what flew out of there first. There was a little bookmark that we already have. It's the War of the Worlds. But check this out, we have another one of those that have the surprise inside. And is it just me, or does this book look a little bit bigger? We actually do have the other one here. Oh yeah, definitely a lot bigger. I mean, look at that. Yeah, okay, let's open it. So we're gonna remove this golden thing. What do you call this? Like a holder? Like those things that sometimes they put on like stacks of cash? Anyway. Oh my god. It's actually a little vial, I'm guessing of blood. I mean, come on. That is really, really neat, isn't it? Now let me try to carefully get it out of there. Wait a minute, is there actually blood inside? I'm just kidding, guys. I know there isn't anything. Sorry, I just thought that would be a little bit creepy. But this is really cool. It has a little secret compartment in there. Whoever thought of this, mini brands, whoever on your team thought about this, kudos to them. I'd like to meet them. I would really like to see the creative people behind a lot of these mini brands. So yeah, just putting this out there in the universe. Getting this one was a true delight. I absolutely love it. Now I want to give a quick shout out to Nick Meyer. Hope I'm saying your last name right. So Nick's an artist and a fan of the channel who kindly offered to send me one of his prints as a gift with no expectations and no strings attached. And I told him to pick whatever he felt matched my vibe, and he chose this extremely poisonous blue-ringed octopus. I'm obviously joking. Nick said that it reminded him of the bold, vibrant colors that I use, and also the meticulous care I put into crafting my miniatures, which honestly meant a lot. So if you're into art or just want to see more of his work, I'll drop a link to his site in the description, plus another link to some of his more colorful pieces that match my style a little more. And again, this is not a sponsorship or anything, just a really kind gesture, and I wanted to say thank you. I think once again I forgot to mark the ones I found in the collector's guide, but it's fine, we can do it next time. I mean, after we open all of these, or maybe after we open everything. Anyway, so this is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. Isn't this a show or a movie? I mean, pretty much all movies or series were books at some point. The book that introduced the most memorable sisters in American literature. Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. Let's see, what are the chances? Nope. Oh, that's a lot of, what do you call that, residue? You see all that stuff lying all over? Hope I'm not gonna inhale it. I guess we can put it up here now. Well, technically, this is a new... Wait a second, wasn't this part of Series 1? It sure was, there it is. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It's exactly the same. Come on, mini brands, you know better. I mean, at least you didn't repeat anything else, and you did include one of these with the golden ticket, so okay, I guess it's fine. Sheesh, finally a, oh, not just any. I was gonna say finally a hardcover, not a paperback. And this I think is the highest category that we have. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. We got some really, really good ones. I'm surprised. Yep, this sure is a very hard one to find, technically. It's in the legendary category, which is the highest category on the collector's guide. Now what I'm wondering is, what is so legendary with it? But I have a feeling that it might be what I'm thinking about. I think all the pages are readable. And if not, then I don't know why this would be legendary. So if we open it in the middle and it's readable, then it means all pages are readable. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I get it. So wait, is this not a... Oh, it's for kids. So then it's just pictures. So it says over there, I am Eloise, I am 6. And then... I cannot believe this. Okay. So here's what happened. Remember how we said that, like, I mean, you guys said that, oh, they cannot print all the pages, copyright and stuff like that. This is obviously a picture book, right? And each page technically has a little bit of writing, kind of like this, like, hi, I'm Eloise. I mean, she doesn't say hi, but I am Eloise, I'm 6. And then here it would say something like, I like being polite and saying hi to people, or I like hiding under the table, stuff like that, right? And since they cannot print on other pages, they just included the pictures. So it is kind of making it then legendary because it's a picture book, but again, there's no words, and the original has words, which is fine. I guess we kind of like have to make up our own story, especially if you don't know about this at all, which I don't. Oh, would you look at that? They were able to include music. The Royal Navy is up. Buckingham Palace is up and zup. Anyway, I'm just making a fool of myself more and more. Okay, I'll give it to you. I mean, it's a lot better than the other ones, that's for sure. And it's legendary, so yeah, a legendary miniature picture book. Alright, another shelf. All done, and as usual, now we have to remove the legs of this one and attach them together like so. And we have a complete shelving unit, which I just realized something. Technically, if I remove the legs from this one, I can attach it to that one and actually make it as tall as I want to. I mean, 4 is kind of pushing it, but you do 3. And I guess depending on what scale you're using this for, maybe it's more helpful to add more. So yeah, just a thought. Just putting that out there. Once again, my dear friend Greg over here will be helping us, or rather you, determine the size and scale of these items. And it's worth noting that he is 12-inch tall. I feel like the books look kind of good, but the shelves are definitely too small. This is how it looks if you add more layers to the shelves, or rather more shelves, and then this is how they look with some books on them. Not bad at all. The lamps are just a touch too small, but I think it's something you could get away with. But anyway, I hope you find this segment useful. It is time to go back and open the last ball of the day. You know what, before we move any further, let me mark the ones that we have so far because otherwise I'm gonna definitely forget. We got a duplicate, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Yet another duplicate, triplicate or quadruplicate at this point. The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. We got Girls in Pants, the third summer of the Sisterhood, and it is a duplicate. We do need the second summer of the Sisterhood. Oh, and also a little bookmark from The Secret Garden, or themed The Secret Garden. And of course, another shelving unit, which is not bad. These are pretty useful. I'm not going to build it because you guys seen plenty of these at this point. So after opening 8 balls, we got 25 out of the 44 in this series. And if you like numbers and you want even more details, we got 1 out of 1 legendary, 2 out of 3 luxury books, 1 out of 5 ultra rare books, 5 out of 8 rare books, 5 out of 6 bookmarks, 9 out of 14 common books, and 2 out of the 6 accessories. I'll definitely open some more in the future, but in the meantime, I'm curious to find out what you think about them. Thank you in advance to anyone subscribing, liking, or commenting, and even a bigger thank you to those of you already subscribed who keep showing up and doing all of the above to support these videos. It means a whole lot to me. And now, as usual, you guys stay golden and keep on shining until the next video. Bye bye.